Hi there, I am Ismail from Pearl Lemon, and today we are going to be looking at what you can do if you have high impressions but low clicks for a page that is not in page one. In SEO, one of the most confusing situations is when a keyword or page gets a lot of impressions but very few clicks. At first glance, it looks like an opportunity, but the real question is, what exactly is the problem? Is it that your page isn't ranking high enough, or is it that people are seeing it but choosing not to click? Even more confusing, sometimes you are not even on page one, yet you are still getting a high number of impressions. So, what should your focus be? In this lesson, we'll break down what high impressions actually mean, why low clicks happen, and how to decide whether to focus on ranking improvements or CTR optimization. Now, a common mistake is assuming that high impressions automatically mean strong visibility, but impressions only mean that your page is shown in search results, not that users are actually seeing or engaging with it. For example, a page ranking position 8, 9, or even on page 2 can still generate impressions, especially for high volume keyword. So, high impressions don't always indicate success. They simply indicate that Google considers your page relevant enough to show, but not necessarily strong enough to be at the top. This distinction is important because it changes how you approach optimization. Before focusing on CTR, you need to understand how much CTR is even possible at your current position. CTR is heavily influenced by ranking position. If your page is ranking in the top 3, then CTR optimization can have a major impact. But if your page is sitting on page 2 or lower, the problem is usually not CTR, it's position. Even if your title is perfect, most users never scroll far enough to see it. So in many cases, low clicks are simply a result of low ranking, not poor CTR performance. If your page is getting high impressions but ranking outside the top 10, your focus should be on ranking improvements. At this stage, CTR optimization won't make a meaningful difference because users are unlikely to click results that are not highly visible. Instead, you should focus on improving content quality, strengthening internal signals, and building authority signals. The goal is to push the page into higher positions where CTR becomes more relevant. If your page is ranking well, especially within the top 3 to 5 positions and still getting low clicks, then the issue is likely CTR. At this point, users are seeing your page, but they are choosing not to click it. This usually means your result is not compelling compared to others on the page. Now, the focus shifts from ranking to presentation in search results. Now, how do you improve your CTR? Improving CTR is about making your search results more attractive and relevant. Your title should clearly communicate value and match the user's intent. For example, instead of a generic title, you can make it more specific or benefit driven. Meta descriptions also play a role, especially when they reinforce the value of clicking. Another important value is alignment. If your title doesn't match what users are expecting, they will skip your result, even if it ranks well. Small changes in wording can sometimes lead to significant increases in clicks. If you are getting high impressions while ranking on page 2, that's actually a very positive signal. It means Google already considers your page relevant for that keyword. You're not starting from zero. You're already in the consideration search. This is often one of the best opportunities in SEO. Instead of targeting new keywords, improving these pages can lead to faster results. A small ranking improvement can move you to page 1 where clicks increase significantly. A simple workflow can help guide your decisions. First, check the current ranking position for the keyword. If the page is outside the top 10, focus on improving rankings through content and authority. If the page is already in the top positions, focus on improving CTR through titles and messaging. Finally, prioritize keywords with high impressions because they represent real visibility opportunities. This ensures your efforts are focused. This ensures your efforts are focused where they can have the highest impact. To summarize, high impressions with low clicks don't always mean your CTR is, bad. In many cases, the real issue is that your page isn't ranking high enough to attract clicks. The key understanding where you are in search result and adjusting your strategy accordingly. Focus on rankings first, then optimize CTR once visibility improves. When done correctly, this approach can turn high impression keywords into consistent traffic opportunities. If you found this content to be useful, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.